Hey everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope that you guys are doing great and I hope that you're having a great time wherever you are located. It is here. It is finally here, the new variant of the 787. As you know, I already have the 787-8 from Air Canada, and like I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I wanted to get the entire 787 family, the variants of the 787. So that means the -9 and the -10. And here in this beautiful little box we have the 787-9 in the British Airways livery. Now, some people might ask me why I'm going for Skymarks, like why I'm not getting some other die-cast options like Gemini Jets, for example, or Aviation 400. I think it's a brand new brand, or NG models, for example. They also make 1 to 200 scale models, right? And the reason for that is, well, I love Skymarks when it comes to simplicity and when it comes to, it might be weird, but when it comes to the durability of the models as well. And I will show you exactly what I mean. Give me one moment. So this model, like I told you in one of my previous videos, is an Alubic A340, again from Skymarks, that I have. It's on the scale of 1 to 200. And guys, these might be like, the Skymarks models are made from plastic, at least the wings, right? I'm not exactly sure what kind of material that is, because it sounds like it is metal, but it's probably like some sort of hard plastic, I don't know. But it does sound as if it's metal. So I've had this model for, it was my first ever Skymarks model, and I had it for almost 11 years right now, maybe even more, actually. So it's quite an old model. Like yesterday, as I was cleaning the room, I accidentally dropped it to the floor, and let me tell you guys, I don't have like a carpet in my room right now. So if you drop something, especially if it's brittle and if it's like made from glass or plastic, it can easily break. But this didn't break at all. This is perfect as it is. This just shows you that even though they are made from plastic, Skymarks models are very durable, so they're not as brittle and as fragile as they might seem at first. So I definitely love Skymarks, and to be honest with you, I would prefer Skymarks over Gemini Jets or any other brand, just because they are also much cheaper. For example, a model in the scale of 1 to 200, if you get it die-cast and not plastic, it can easily cost up to 200 euros. I don't know how that is in dollars, I'm not sure, but in euros this can be very, very costly. So with Skymarks, since they are made from plastic, they're not that expensive. Even though I dropped it and one of the wings fell from the plane, it's still in a really good shape. It's looking really nice. Nothing happened to it, not even a scratch, actually, to be honest with you guys. And I had this for 11 years. So yeah, anyway, let's get back to the unboxing. Give me one moment. Yeah, guys, like I said, this is going to be a 787-9 in the British Airways colors. I'm quite fond of the British Airways colors, by the way, but I feel like it's time for them to sort of, upgrade their colors, their livery, because it does look a bit outdated to me compared to some other airlines, for example, Riyadh Air. So yeah, anyway, let's get on with this unboxing. So like the previous models, I got this again from scalemodelstore.com, which again is a beautiful store in Amsterdam. Sorry, not Amsterdam, in Haarlem in the Netherlands. I'm not sure if they actually have like an actual store where people can come and visit. I think it's mostly like a massive warehouse where they store all of their models and stuff. Oh, and by the way, speaking of orders and stuff like that, I got this, as I said, from Scale Model Store, and it actually arrived very early. It was very surprising to me because it arrived it took only 4 days, excluding, the weekends and stuff. If we don't include the weekend, it took just 4 days to arrive here, which is crazy, like compared to the 6 and 7 days that I had on my previous models. Having a model from the Netherlands coming to Greece in just 4 days, again, excluding the weekend, is so crazy, and I really like that. That was a massive thumbs up from FedEx this time. So let's continue. We have again the receipt from the store. That's the receipt over there. I always like keep the receipts because you never know what might happen. So I always put them in the side and I have them collected in a place so that I know every single time what I have purchased, and I like to keep track of everything that I bought. The contents of the box and what the box has inside, again, not bubble wrap, just some basic papers. And if you remove them, you get the beautiful looking 787 over there. There we go. Here's the packaging again of the lovely little 787 over there. Well, for one, at least this time the packaging is not very dirty, but again, this does seem like it's ready to open. But anyway, here is how the model looks like inside the packaging. Again, remember, this is a 787-9, it's not a 787-8. So that means that it's a bit longer than the 787-8. It should be longer than the Air Canada 787 that I have over there. So from this side we have the model. In the back we can see that they are showing us the Boeing 787. I guess this is the Dash 8. Yeah, that's the Dash 8. It says it over there. It's the 787-8. It's just for illustration purposes, as it says over there. I don't know if you can see. It says that it's just for illustration purposes. I mean, with the Airbus A330 from Garuda, Indonesia, they were showing us an A380 in the background. So yeah, this is this side of the box, and then collect them all and some other information that it says over there, basically to keep your attention and stuff like that, to draw your attention. Aircraft of the World, Skymarks, the Darwin Worldwide Trading again, and it's a licensed product by Boeing, which hopefully you will be able to see if I zoom in right there. If the camera focuses, basically, which I think it does. Yeah. Again, like I usually do, let me get some photos of the packaging and I will be right back. Give me one moment, guys. Alrighty. Again, photos aside, short of that, I just had to take some photos to commemorate the moment and stuff like that. I keep it to my collection always. Again, here's how the model looks like. Let's start unboxing this beautiful bird for our collection over there. I haven't been to a 787, a 787-8 or 9 before, actually. And I really want to travel. I really want to experience how these planes look like in real life. Skymarks box. Let's put this to the side over there. So here is the main fuselage of the airplane, like that. Here's how it looks like. Really nice detail. I really love all of the details that I see over there. For example, you can easily see the details over there in the cockpit. You can also see the registration of the airplane, the last letters of the registration being visible on the cockpit right there. You can also see some really cool details on the fuselage itself, like this royal, how do you even call that? This crown, I guess, royal crown that the Queen has, and it symbolizes the UK. I'm not sure. It looks really, really beautiful, and I think you can also see. No, they don't have like the One World logo or anything like that, because British Airways is part of One World. I think they're not part of Star Alliance. But anyway, here is how the tail looks like. Again, with the tail, you see we have the registration of the airplane over there. And by the way, I looked it up. This plane obviously still flies, and it's 10 years old, actually, at the moment that I'm making this video. Again, in the top part of the tail, we can see the last three letters of the registration number, which is Bravo Kilo Echo. The entire registration reads Golf Dash Zulu Bravo Kilo Echo. That's the entire registration of the airplane. We can also see the pitot tubes. If I try to put the model very close up to the camera, you will hopefully be able to see the pitot tubes over there, which look beautiful actually. And the British Airways logo right there. Again, I really love British Airways, but I think that they should definitely upgrade their livery. It looks nice, but I think it's due for an upgrade, right? Let's remove this beautiful looking fuselage from the plastic right there. There we go. Let's put this to the side. Nice. Again, the Skymarks ad with the planes that you can get. Like I mentioned in the previous video, I really want to get a pro plane. I don't know if you can find them easily, but from what I saw, they are actually quite expensive for some reason, pro planes. I don't know why they're expensive, but they are. So anyway, then these are the wings. Here's how the wings look like. We don't have a lot of detail under the wing like we had with the A330 with, from Garuda Indonesia over there, but still the wing looks really nice. I have a feeling that it looks more yellowish than it should, but that could be me. So here's the first wing. Here is the second wing, which is again labeled, by the way. I don't know if you can see that, but it says 2. Really, really nice. So these are the wings. This is the stand. A British Airways Boeing 787-9 in the scale of 1 to 200. The packaging for the stand also has the horizontal stabilizers and the rest of the stand as well, which is just 2 pieces like we said in the previous unboxing. Here we have just some assembly instructions, again, basic instructions on how you can put the model together. And it's also showing the instructions about the stand as well, but you really don't need that. And here's how the engines look like, and I can already see that they have the Rolls-Royce branding, and I'm really happy that these engines have the Rolls-Royce branding, which you can hopefully be able to see if I put it close to the camera over there. These are the Rolls-Royce Trent 1000 engines, so they're not the 7000. This is the older model, the older generation, the older model, I don't know how you call it. So these engines are, again, still looking really nice actually. Let's quickly unbox them. So even if they are old compared to the Trent 7000, they still pack a punch, I can tell you guys. The sound that these engines produce and the power that these engines have is amazing. It's astonishing. They can really deliver a beautiful amount of power. Again, these are the engines, and if I hold the engine like that, you will hopefully be able to see the Rolls-Royce branding on the engines right there. Beautiful detail, guys. Oh, and you also have this detail. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. This sort of flap right there on the engines. I think this is mainly used for aerodynamic stuff, but still, I really love that the engine has this detail. See, that's what I mean, guys. I mean, you might not get antennas like some other diecast models from Gemini jets and stuff, but you still get a lot of beautiful details. Alrighty, let's continue. Let's unpack our stand over there. Easy open. 2 pieces of this stand. And let's assemble, let's unpack our horizontal stabilizers. They open very easily. Here is the first one. And here is the second part of the horizontal stabilizers. Here's the second horizontal stabilizer actually. It looks really nice again. Alright, let's start assembling the model itself. The stand again is really easy. You just do this and it's basically ready. And by the way, this is one more thing that I really love about Skymarks, the stands. It's really nice, it's looking beautiful, and unlike stands that you can see in PPC, for example, or in Herpa Snapfit, the stand itself is not very bulky, so it doesn't look weird or too too much basically with the model itself. Don't get me wrong, Airbus snap fit, the Antonov 225 that they have, that's looking like a beautiful model, and I really want to get it. British Airways Boeing 787-9, scale 1 to 200. Let's put the stand on the side and start assembling. Actually, before we do the wings, let's first finish with our tail section over there. Alrighty. Again, easy assemble. So yeah, guys, as I was saying, one of the reasons as to why I really love Skymarks is that they might be plastic, but they're, again, very durable. I was seeing a lot of YouTube videos these days of people buying and unboxing sorry, not Skymarks, Gemini jets and some other brands. And again, by the way, here are the engines. They look beautiful. They do spin. And trust me, they are nowhere near as huge as the engines on the A330 are over there. So yeah, I was seeing those videos, and like there are lots of cases where people are buying stuff. They are buying models, die-cast models, and they arrive broken. And I was very perplexed when I saw that. I was very sad for them actually when I saw that. Like, can you imagine spending money, and lots of money, because die-cast models are very, very expensive. So can you imagine spending lots of money on these models and, you know, having them arrive in a really, really bad state? Let's put the wings and the engines on the airplane. Again, this is the part where I have to be very, very careful. And this is the most agonizing part of assembling a snap fit model. Because you really don't want to break them. You have to be very delicate. Like I said, they are durable, but, you know, you don't have to overdo it. Okay, that wing looks nice. I really love this coloration, by the way. This sort of blue color looks really, really beautiful. Let's continue with our other wing. Alrighty, and there we go. So here is how the model looks like in all of its beautiful glory. 787-9. The front of it, and the belly. Beautiful stuff, guys. I really love what I see. That's a really nice looking model. And to me, you know, guys, it's things like that. For example, me, as I'm looking at this, it has nothing to be afraid of if you compare it to a Gemini Jets 200 model. Yes, you won't get the extra details like antennas, like I said, but it's still a beautiful looking model, especially when you put it on its stand, which I'm going to do right now. And that's a bit of a stiff stand, but there we go. Easy fit. Nice. So guys, this was our model for today. I'm really happy that I was able to do that. I really wanted to get a 787-9, and now I just have the 787-10 to buy, and the 787 family will be completed. So guys, thank you so much for watching. The next model that I will get, I really want to get a model with gear this time. I'm looking for a 747, but I'm not sure if I will get it yet. Like I said in the previous video, I have to find a place to put the models because I currently don't have a lot of space in the desk to put the models. I hope that you will have an amazing day wherever you are. I hope that you enjoyed this unboxing, and please let me know in the comment section which models I should buy. Which models you think that they are good for a collector to start getting and stuff like that. Thank you so much again. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye-bye, and take care of yourselves.